They're looking at perfect squares, perfect cubes, and their roots. So, once again, things that you should be able to do. For example, the square root of 25 is 5. The square root of 625 is 25. And the square root of 2025 is 45. So there's a trick to find those that I could show you later on. To find out the square root of 54, once again, you're going to plug in that in your calculator. So it's going to be square root of 54 is equal to 7.348, and then the square root of 1038 is equal to 32.218. So very easy. Now when you can't do it without a calculator, then you have to break it down into your factors again. So 4,096 divided by 2 gives me 2,048, divided by 2 gives me 1,024, divided by 2 gives me 512, divided by 2 gives me 256, divided by 2 gives me 128, divided by 2 gives me 64. I know 64 is 8 times 8. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 8 times 8 times 8. So I'm going to group them. I have 1 here, circle, square, circle, square, circle, square. So I got a 2, 2, so I'm putting all my circle ones, and an 8. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 8 is 64. So 4,096, well, the square root of 4,096 is equal to 64. So I did all that work without a calculator. So it can be done. Cube root, same thing. Once again, if I take a look at these, some numbers I should know. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, so this is equal to 3. Not easy. 4 times 4 times 4 is equal to 64. You think that would be 3 times 3, but it's not. So I've got to plug these into my calculator. So this is cube root. When I plug that in, the cube root of 25 is 2.92401. And then for 81, cube root of 81 is 4.3267. So sometimes you can do it in your head, and sometimes you have to use a calculator. So it doesn't matter, you should know both roots. So once again, if I want to find out what is the cube root of this number without using a calculator, then I'm going to have to divide it. So I got 2744 divided by 2 gives me 1372. Ends in 2 again, so I'm going to divide it by 2. Gives me 686 divided by 2 again, because it ends in 2, gives me 343. I know I can divide that by 7 and get 49, and this is 7 times 7. So I group all my terms. I got 1, 2, 3 2s. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 7s times 1, 2, 3. I have 1, 2, a different 2, a triangle 2, 1. So I have 1, 2, 1, 7, so 14. So the cube root of 2744 is equal to 14. And you can check that by referring to your calculator.